Here she is. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Good evening, good middle of the night. It is here where I am, Eastern Standard Time. Let's see, Sunday at 12:45. I really have nothing. I'm getting something, so I'm waiting. The bat signal is just going up. I'm going to see who wants to pop in. It's mostly going to be a collective sigh of relief today. That's what came through to me. Allowing for all of us to let go a little bit of this linear way of thinking, coming into a time of ease, a time of this realization that we are more than we think that we are. We're more than we were taught. So coming into that and realizing that all these piddly little things that worry us, that demand our attention, are not as important as we've always thought they were. So maybe I'll get some people, and if not, I'm going to go right into that. I'm allowing for that message to come through me, and as it comes through, it's hard for me to hold it back. So it feels very, very peaceful today. There's been a lot of crazy energy. Almost everyone that I talk to that is going through a huge awakening is also going through a lot of illness. I can't express enough how important it is to have patience with your body right now, to get a lot of rest. Me included. In the past 2 months, there's been 2 colds and a case of shingles, so I've definitely been through it right along with you. I feel as if this is a big part of the ascension. So if you are having the same kinds of things that I have, when we get sick or when we have things happen to us, when we're going through this ascension, we somehow begin to believe that that kind of stuff doesn't happen to us anymore. Somehow we can just be divinely healed on everything. Well, our bodies still have to go through. This ascension is a huge thing on the physical body. It is very difficult. I see one. You can pop up and say hi to me. We'll talk. Being very patient with anyone that wants to come in today. I haven't been doing my daily thing. And I know I lose my audiences when I do that, and that's okay. I'm not in this for numbers. I'm just in it. If you need some encouragement today, that's why I'm here. So I'm going to put the message out whether anyone shows up or not. So we'll just see what happens. Being more forgiving, being more balanced. There's a lot of divine feminine energy around me today. I'm really feeling it. I was called to pull a card for Kuan Yin. The message that is coming through very strongly is many hands. Is that we so often come into this type of work, or any kind of work, many of us as light workers, we want to throw on our superhero cape. We want to think that we've got to do it all by ourselves. We are not in this all by ourselves. There are many hands. We are very, very supported, not only physically but in the spiritual realm. So there's no way that our physical bodies can do everything, and our physical bodies get exhausted and we get sick. And we feel tired, and we get blocked, energetically blocked, and we have a difficult time. Good morning, good afternoon. I know some of you are trying to pop in. It's okay if you're having a struggle. I will post this, so it'll be up and available. The reminder is today, with the collective sigh, is to relax a little bit. We have been taught to think in a very linear fashion. We've been taught to think that we've got to go by the time clock. We got to set alarms. We got so many things that need to be done. Do you know that sense of we've grown up with it? Wow, sometimes I just sit back and I think, I've been meaning to do some things for months, literally, things that are fairly important, and I can't seem to focus on those linear, very physical callings, those things that that I used to worry so much about. Now I'll sit down and I'll go, wait a minute. I never did that. And the funny thing is life went on. Those things that I thought were so important and had so much purpose and meaning in my life. So, I was just, sometimes I look at other people going through the old way of doing things, and I think, wow, I didn't do that yet. I forgot to do that. I forgot to do this. And I remember when those things were right there at the top of my list, and I always had to make sure that they got done. And now it's like, did you go to the mountains today? Did you go sit on rocks? Did you go, did you meditate? Did you take a good nap if you needed it? Did you do some writing? Did you do something creative? Did you maybe allow your inner child to come out and play? My list of to-dos has changed very much, and there's a lot of things I know that don't get done. or at least don't get done as well as they used to. And it's kind of funny because I laugh about it because, I used to be I worked all the time. I worked all the time. It seemed like I very rarely had time to just sit down. I wouldn't, even now, I still have that in me. When I sit down to watch a movie with the kids or something, I think, well, I got to pull up this stuff and I got to work on this while, I got to have something else going. I can't just sit and relax. How many do that? This is the collective sigh today. This is the day today for whoever watches this and whatever day you watch it. This is your reminder to please pay attention to the inner longings of your soul. Please pay attention to the inner longings of your child, the child that's inside of you. What does that child need from you? Because as we're going through this ascension process, it's very, very important for us to pay attention to the parts of us that are screaming out for assistance or for time. Time doesn't really exist on the other side, right? So our perception of time has to change along with this ascension process, with these huge shifts. And so we often, excuse me, this cold is still trying to work its way out. We often believe that there are certain things that we have to do that give us self-worth, that make us feel important, that make us feel like we belong, right? The second we drop down to the earth, we are very different from everyone else, very different. And we often spent most of our time trying to figure out how we're supposed to fit into a world that we can't fit into. And it's because we came here to be different. We didn't come here to fit in. So it was like spinning our wheels, and we still have that wheel inside of us, the hamster wheel that wants us to try to fit in, wants us to try to do things the way that everyone else does, and we can't. And the more we go through the ascension, the less we can. That's the truth. The less we can, because we are not like everyone else. We came here to be different. We came here to step out ahead, and it's not easy. This is a very, very... In the current energy that we're in, let me explain this to you. In the current energy that we are in, see, it's going to be easier when this earth really goes through the full shift. Everyone, every human that stays on the planet that manages to get to the other side of this huge shift, they're going to find it's so much easier to be in that higher self space, because everything will shift and it'll be easier. It'll just be, it won't even take any work or thought or effort. It'll just be who we are. There are some of us, we call ourselves light workers, whatever you want to call yourself, who chose to come here because we're ancient souls, and we've come into the planet to be different in the way of we step out ahead, in the way of we are the way showers, the ones that are going to show others how this is done. And so we're still in a very heavy energy, a very difficult energy, and we are really struggling. Our bodies are physically really fighting to keep up. There's a lot going on with us physically, and it requires a really, we have to set our intention on paying attention to our bodies, and when we don't, we're going to get sick. And sometimes we're just going to get sick because we're still physical, because it's the way the body is recalibrating, right? My body has been doing a lot of recalibrating. I never used to get colds. For the longest time, I used to say, man, I've gone 6 or 7 years and I haven't had a cold at all. And now, 2 or 3 times a year, easy, I have to go through the whole cold nonsense again. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with me? Why do I have to go through this suffering? Because my body has once again recalibrated. Because in those moments when we get sick, it forces us to slow down. It forces us to kind of turn inside. It forces us to be still. And it forces us to, our bodies, it forces us to rest so that our bodies have a chance to recalibrate, to receive, to come into the newness. So every time we come out the other side, there's something brand new. I just had another cold. I'm almost through it. I'm brand new again. It's like being a snake, and I've shed my skin again, and I come back out the other side different. Changed. So if we can change our perception of illness, if we can change our perception of these silly common colds that just, I can't stand them. I'll be truthful, I'll be honest. It's like, oh, I hate the way I feel when I'm sick like that. It makes me angry. It makes me feel blocked. I can't get to my, that's why you won't see me on here much when I'm feeling really sick, because it's hard for me to really open up and to feel my higher self energy, because I feel so weighed down by the heaviness of all of that icky feeling. And I realized yesterday, ding, 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 the light went off. I need to learn how to open up to spirit, to feel my higher self, to allow my higher self access to me, even when I'm not feeling well. Even when I'm not feeling well, I need to continue to open up, to continue to be me, the me that I'm becoming more and more. Hi, Janet Byron. I've just continued on through this. Well, you guys can catch up later because I feel like it needs to be said. I got to go out to the mountains. I've been sick. I haven't been out there much. So we're going to go on through this real quick. So please know, for those of you who are going through a lot of illness or whatever, heaviness that you're going through, it is, it's no fun, and it is all opportunity. It is an opportunity to see how far you can push yourself. See what you can push through. Can you push through to the other side of the illness? Can you push through? Can you find your heart? Can you open up to the love again? Can you allow yourself? Yesterday, I think I slept 10 hours the night before last, and I slept for a 2-hour nap. I don't do that ever. Usually 20 minutes. I laid around. I was lazy. I did a few chores, but mostly I just let myself rest. And today I woke up and I'm feeling a lot better. So can you just do the best you can when you're getting sick? To have patience. To know that it's not only your job to fix everything. Hold on. Drink lots of water right now. I'm going to keep on. I have been drinking a gallon a day, easy. Our bodies are going through a strong transition right now. It is difficult for our bodies to keep up. It is very difficult. There's a lot of germs on the planet. There's a lot of upheaval. There's a lot of crazy weather, and it's causing the body. And, you think about the full moon, and you think about retrograde, and you're thinking about all these crazy things that everybody's throwing at you, and you're like, wow, it's a miracle that I'm even able to function at all. So as you're feeling crummy, let yourself rest. Cut yourself a little slack. Take a big sigh of relief today. Trust that when you do, you have the opportunity to try to push through it. But if you can't, if you're too tired, too sick, then rest, because you will come out the other side. And when you do, you're going to be like that snake that's just shed that new skin, old skin, and you're going to have a new skin, and you're going to come out into the world, and you're going to be like, okay, yeah, that was rough, but I made it through. Look at the rainbow. I made it through to the other side, and I'm okay. And I'm not only okay, I'm even better. I've graduated again. I've got my wings again. I've gone through another cycle. I've gone down into, as the phoenix, whatever you want to call. Hi, Rebecca. It's okay. You guys can just keep on. You're not actually on the replay because I'm still here live, but you please do watch the replay because I got started really fast. Hi, Lisa Kessler. Good morning. So how are you? Since I've been talking away, you guys tell me. I know there's a lot of germies. I know people have been feeling sickly. I do feel like a lot of these colds are part of the ascension. Please know that. We go through these recalibrations, these moments that the body needs to do some releasing of old energy. I'm loving that rainbow. I just keep pushing into it. You like that? Please drink a lot of water right now. I'm going to keep on. A gallon a day, easy for me, because it's flushing this disease right out of my body. It is part of the ascension. All of these illnesses, these diseases are part of it. And if we remember to take good care of ourselves, if we remember to take that big collective sigh of relief and say, you know what, if it doesn't get done today, it'll get done tomorrow or next week or whenever. And if it doesn't get done at all, it really doesn't matter. I have dust bunnies. I have a collie that sheds all over the place. I know that I have more vacuuming every day. I have 2 cats and a little 3-legged dog. And I have kids. And I know that my house needs work. And I need rest first. When my body is sick, the rest of it can wait. And number 2, me roll back. I have kids, and they're not little children anymore, and they will help when I ask. So can you, let me show you the card that I pulled. Let me see if I can get a hold of it. Look at this. Kuan Yin came through very clearly. You like that rainbow? I like rainbows on me too. Let's see. Kuan Yin came through. I want you to just look at that. Many arms. See, we're not in this all by ourselves. We're just not in this all by ourselves. And when we start trying to do things all by ourselves, and we're figuring everything out on our own, and we have forgotten that we have a huge team of angels around us. Imagine that. You're like the queens and the kings of the world, and you got this huge entourage just waiting for you, just saying, please ask us for help. And we get sick, or we get exhausted, or I'm like a toddler when I get tired. Oh gosh, I won't ask for help. Why would I ask for help? I'm exhausted. Why would I ask for help? You see what I mean? How insane that is? I was raised that way. My mother was that way. She worked. She was a single mom with 5 kids. She worked all the time. She would work long hours, 5 days a week. She'd finally get a weekend off, and then it was cleaning day. And she was cleaning. And I remember her just yelling at us to get out of the house because she needed to clean. Or she finally got better about leaving us lists to help her with, but so she must have learned something. But I remember how angry she was sometimes. I remember that she was almost always sick on the weekends. She'd get migraines. She'd work all week, and on Saturday she'd wake up with a horrible migraine. And I remember that she was very, very tired, and her body is very tired, is very run down from everything that she did. And she's my example. Do I want to be like that? Do I want to follow in those footsteps and not ever ask for help and just be an island out here by myself? Or do I want to go, wait a minute, hold on. I got people that love me. I got an entourage of angels, loved ones. I don't need to do this all by myself. So I've gone on and on through this whole thing, but the biggest message today that Kuan Yin wants for people, all of you, to remember, all of you goddesses, princesses, queens out there, and kings too. Steve was a workaholic, absolute workaholic. He worked so hard. Please don't try to do this all by yourself. If you're sick and you're feeling blocked, if you can't really connect well when you're sick, just quietly. Sometimes I just have to force myself. Okay, Archangel Michael, whatever's not mine, please clear it away. If I have any cords or attachments, I force myself. I'm not really feeling it, but I force myself to do it, and I will feel a lift. I'll feel a shift. So please know that they're always waiting for you, even when you're not feeling like talking to them. Especially when you're not feeling good. They're right there with you. And if you need help physically, there's many of us. There's many of us here on the planet that are here to help each other through this. And know that when you're going through these dark times, these difficulties, the illnesses, all the things that are going on right now, that you will come out the other side. That we're all going to come out the other side. That we're here for this. We came and we signed on for this, and we're stepping out in front of other people. And our bodies are having a struggle keeping up with it because we're still in a very heavy energy. So please, everyone with me today, take a big sigh. Take a big breath in for just a second. Big sigh of relief. Just do that. We are okay. You are okay. I am okay. Say this with me. I am that I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. Doesn't that feel good? I love that feeling. I am. I am. I am so much more than I even think that I am still after all the work that I've done. I am so much more, and so are you. So, excuse me. Please cut yourself some slack today. Forgive your body for being weak every now and then. Forgive your mind. Forgive yourself. Forgive those around you. All our job is only to love, and that means ourselves too. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. Excuse me, I gotta have another drink. I cannot get enough water lately. It makes it very challenging to go out on my long walks in the mountains too. There's no restrooms anywhere. That gallon of water a day, it's good for me. It keeps me running. Excuse me, it is time up for my voice. I thought I'd pop on here real quick and just encourage you guys. I'm encouraging you. I'm sending each one of you love. I love you very, very much. If you need someone to talk to, if you need to reach out, let me know. I'm always here. You can instant message me anytime. I love you guys. Sending you, just for a moment, no big meditation. I'll cough all the way through it. But I'm sending you love. Get yourself grounded. Drink a lot of water. Take a nice walk and breathe in the fresh air. Get out in nature if you can. Ground your energy. Put your feet on a rock. I like to go sit on a rock. Just breathe in that beautiful fresh air that's still coming. It's still available to us. And enjoy. Let your little child in you just find some fun activities today. It's Sunday. You can take a break today. I'm giving you permission from your guides today. Do something special for you. Love you. Love you more than you have to show. What's my favorite phrase now? How does it go? We show others how to love us by how well we love ourselves. So you need to go out there and love yourself. You need to go, you see some flowers, go ahead and buy yourself that little bouquet. If there's something that you're really wanting to do, some way that you really want to take yourself out for a Starbucks or whatever it is that you want, go out and enjoy yourself today. If you're really tired and you're not feeling well, gift yourself with a good nap. How would you love a person? You know, think of the person in your life that you love more than anyone else. How would you treat them? Treat yourself better than that. By loving you, you can love them better. That was the missing link with my mother. She did the best she could raising 5 kids by herself, but she never learned to love herself. She never learned to love herself, so everything came from an empty well. We never really felt her love because she was always on empty. If you really love those around you, you'll learn to love you first so that you have more to give to them. So if I'm all filled up with love, I give myself the time and I take good care of myself and I come to you then and I say, I love you. You feel it. You know that you're loved. That's your goal today. That's my goal today. I'm going to love me today. I'm going to take good care of me today so that I have more to give to those that are around me. Take good care of yourselves today, you guys. I love you so much. I'll check back in soon. If you need someone to talk to, let me know. I love you. Bye.